Hello and welcome back to the Lunar Show. Today we're going to be saving a princess. Isn't that so exciting? It's just right up my alley. I love storybooks and princesses and... I seem to have read that wrong. It appears we're slaying a princess. If you think we can successfully slay the princess, be sure to leave a like. Enjoy the video. Whatever horrors you may find in these dark spaces, have heart and see them through. There are no premature endings, there are no wrong decisions, there are only fresh perspectives and new beginning. This is a love story. Aw, look at her.
I don't know if that's a great start to a love story.
Well, that's how princess stories usually go. Oh, look, see, chapter 1, the hero and the princess. I love love stories.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. Mm-hmm. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Good.
Cool.
You're here to slay her.
What?
If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Oh.
Are we sure to... Okay.
Explore. There's so many exploring options, dear God!
The end of the world? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her.
What if I just don't?
Do you have any idea? Like, any of it to back this up?
Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task?
I'm just taking a walk.
You might as well reach the end of your journey.
How could a princess locked away in a basement end the world?
Don't linger on the specifics.
I'm lingering.
You have a job to do here.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Just
linger.
Get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you.
Sucks. I'm not gonna do it.
Can't someone... killing a princess seems kind of bad, though, doesn't it?
Does it? Are you a monarchist? Is slaying a princess that much worse than slaying a fisherman or a miller or a seamstress? If anything, slaying a princess is much better than slaying a seamstress. Seamstresses contribute something of value to society.
Okay, well...
So you're an anarchist. The narrator just wants down with the monarchy.
Have you ever considered that maybe the only reason she's going to end the world is because she's locked up?
While I appreciate the mental exercise, we are running up against a bit of a ticking clock. Nevertheless, let me assure you, the princess is locked up because she's dangerous. She is not dangerous because she's locked up. And before you decide to waste even more of our time by asking how I know that, let me suggest a more pragmatic lens through which to view this situation.
Okay.
Causality doesn't matter here, because the end result is the same no matter what led us up to this point. If the princess leaves the cabin, the world will end, and there is no changing that. It's no use arguing semantics over a metaphorical chicken or egg, because the egg is hatched and it's about to ruin everything. Unless, of course, you do your job and slay her.
Can't someone else do this?
Oh, if only that were the case. But I don't make the rules. I have to say, I'm surprised at your reluctance thus far. But unfortunately,
you're surprised at it?
The only one who can pull this off.
We're the hero. We do as we're told, I guess.
The rules, no matter how much I wish I did.
You can say forget it. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, I'm not.
Are you serious? No, you have to do it.
Do I? Do I get a reward or something?
Have you ever considered I'm okay with the world ending?
Before you get it. Of course I haven't. Why would I even consider that? Nobody wants the world to end. I mean, maybe some people do, like nihilists or very, very evil people, but surely you're not one of those, right?
Well...
Can you please tell me what my prize is?
It's a secret, but I think you'll like it. It's a special reward, just for you. And whatever you think it might be, I can promise you it's going to be even better than your wildest imagination.
Look, I'll go to the cabin and I'll talk to her, and if she's as bad as you say, then maybe I'll slay her. But I'm not committing to anything until I've had a chance to meet her face to face.
I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. If you go in prepared to hear her out, she could easily trap you in her web of lies. And the more you listen to her honeyed words, the harder it'll be to pull yourself out.
So she's a liar.
Then each and every one of us is doomed. So sure.
Crazy.
Go
Where are
talk
you?
To her. See how that turns out for all of us.
Okay, well,
You're
I
a
think he-
narrator. You're not
You
physical.
make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay. Okay, so from what I'm gathering right now, the narrator is saying that the princess is dangerous and that she's, a liar.
Gonna just
So-
end the world by stepping outside.
So I'm going to assume, okay, I'm going into this assuming he is telling me the truth, okay? Because
Okay.
why would he want me to kill a random princess in a cabin? Who put her in the cabin? I imagine it's for a good reason. So I'm going to just believe him.
Well,
and
here's the
assume
question.
What he's saying about
Why
the
do we have a
princess.
narrator?
Because it's a storybook. All storybooks have narrators.
Then why is the narrator interacting with us?
Because we're the, I don't know. Don't ask me questions. I'm trying to grapple about killing her. I don't want to, but I kind of.
The interior of the cabin is
That's a
almost
knife.
entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save
What
the
if
world
she's like an
without.
evil princess? You know, that's a thing.
Name an evil princess.
Well, I can name evil queens, and queens used to be princesses. You know, like the evil queen
Or
from Snow White.
evil queens can not be princesses beforehand and have overthrown or married a king.
Perhaps. I'm gonna just go with that idea. Imagine she's not good. I'm just gonna trust the narrator on this.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds
Oh.
a little mean.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
Just checking in on you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
Very sarcastic.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
I'm just here to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you? How about you drop it, and then we can chat?
No, I'm not doing that.
She makes a compelling point. What if we just dropped the blade and talked? Look at her. It's not like she's a threat.
That's-
Don't you dare.
Don't think of that.
It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. Killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
I'm tightening my grip. I don't ever drop your weapon in this situation, okay?
You ignore the trembling in your hands and tighten your grip on the blade.
You poor thing. Your hands are shaking.
Okay, yeah, she's evil.
Are you scared of me? Because you should be.
You step forward.
Or maybe
Your grip
she's
on
just
the
playing
blade
into the evil
quickens
bit.
as you steel your resolve.
I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late. End this.
I'm not dropping the blade.
I'm gonna. I feel like she's scary. I feel like something. I have a feeling in my stomach. If the game is slay the princess, should I just slay her?
I mean, we're early into the video. We can just start another run.
Okay, you know what? I'm not dropping the blade.
Then I'm not talking to you.
Fine. I guess we're at an
Staring at the
impasse.
princess,
I'm squinting at her.
Squinting. She squints back.
The two of you are gonna do this forever, aren't
Are
you?
you sure you don't want
Why
to
is
talk?
the voice of the hero talking like he's not the one here?
Yeah, I'm sure.
For goodness sake, the two of you can't just stand around like this forever. Eventually, something is going to give, and I highly recommend that you be the one to take the
The
initiative.
narrator is pushing me. I'm falling into peer pressure. What do I do,
Well-
Lunar?
Just kill her.
Okay, before I do, I want to say I'm very sorry. You're a very pretty princess, and I don't like this, but the name of the game is Slay the Princess, and I'm gonna just do it.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your thoughts as you attempt to run her through. A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needed to sidestep
Ow,
your
she
thrust
punched
and
me.
deliver a catastrophic blow to your jaw.
Oh,
It feels like you've been hit with a sledgehammer.
Ow.
You can feel bone grinding on bone where your jaw has been
Ow,
fractured.
she fractured my
God.
jaw.
Holy shit, that hurts! Though she's unarmed, the shock of that first strike is enough to stagger you, putting you and the princess on somewhat equal footing. Your blade slashes through the air again and again, and her fists connect with your body as
how are we a
times
hero with only a
each
knife?
impact
Also,
has
what is
hit
wrong with our
did we not-
hands?
bone
Yeah, what is
crushing
wrong
hit.
with that?
We can still turn this around.
Finish the job.
Yep.
You and the princess stare at each other, both gasping for breath, equally exhausted.
Are we not
You probably
human?
won't make it out of here alive.
It doesn't look like it.
But you can at least make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone is still standing right now. Can you not feel all those ruptured organs bouncing around in there? If the princess doesn't do our friend in herself, internal bleeding is certain to finish the job.
She.
The two of you
Oh!
clash for the final time. You feel your ribs break as she delivers a heavy blow, but you push through the pain, falling forward and sinking your blade deep into the princess's heart.
Oh,
The two of you fall to the floor.
this was fun.
The princess gasps, her voice an unhealthy rasp as her
I'm
lungs
sorry.
start to fill with blood.
You put up more of a fight than I thought you would. But I have to wonder, do you really think this is the end?
Yeah.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh.
What?
I'm dead. What? I'm dead.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
What?
You're here to slay her. If you don't,
We did though.
will be-
Wait.
I'm getting a
This-
terrible sense of deja vu.
a terrible sense of deja vu. No, you don't have that. This is the first time either of us have been here. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. That's fine. It doesn't matter if he can hear us. The only
What?
thing that matters is marching up to that cabin and winning. That's the spirit. There's no point
Okay.
in squabbling when the real threat is just up that hill.
I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
It hasn't. Or if it has, I certainly haven't been a part of it. Like I said, we've just met for the first time, you and I.
So you're a liar too. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all this really happened. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
Okay.
We did our best with the information we were given, and we did kill her, and yet you still died, didn't you? So congratulations. You've
Oh.
been given another chance to actually do this right.
So just go in and don't hesitate.
And
Got
I
it.
believe your other question
Okay.
was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We killed the princess killed us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me.
Same here.
Yes, but
Yeah.
in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself?
That's a good
Or were you
question.
instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left? Ugh, enough with the talking. We've got a fight
Alright,
to
so
win.
in this one, I'm not gonna
Nothing
hesitate.
else
There's no point.
matters.
Right?
Who is the voice of the
Couldn't agree
stubborn?
more. The cabin
stubborn
and
one,
your
I guess?
destined confrontation with the princess.
Why is there so many people?
Let's talk about this princess.
Just be quick about it.
We killed each other last time. How to make sure that doesn't happen again?
All she did last time was beat me to death. How can someone like that end the world?
She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
We killed each other last time around. How can I make sure that doesn't happen again?
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her. Just
Okay.
go in, do your job, and save the world.
Got it.
Oh, this is maddening. Why do you keep asking questions? There's nothing wrong with getting the full picture.
Yeah,
of
I gotta
what's
get the
going
full
on
picture here.
Sure there is. It's wasting time and energy that would be better spent fighting.
If you're being cagey, what aren't you telling me?
I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult.
Would it?
What else would we even need to know? We've got all the reason we need for a rematch. Exactly. The less you know about her, the better.
Who locked her in the basement?
People locked her in that basement.
Wow,
and
thanks.
I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things.
Okay, you know what? Just one more question. If people locked her away, why couldn't they slay her? Why do I have to do it?
Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special.
Oh.
You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy, if that helps. But it's just the way things are. Oh, I didn't know we were special. Yeah,
I like the sound of that too.
Of course you're special.
We're in a
Why else
prophecy.
would you be here?
That's all.
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
Okay, thanks. Let's go.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay.
She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
All right, Lunar, here's my plan.
Go in, grab the knife, stab her. Nothing else.
Lying
Yes,
and
exactly.
cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Not that it matters. It's not like she can lie or cheat in the middle of a fight. Are you sure about that? The point of my warning wasn't to start an argument over what circumstances the princess is capable of lying in. It was to give you some broadly applicable advice.
Thank
The
you.
princess will do and say whatever she thinks it will take to get her out of there. So don't trust her. Ever. Are we clear?
Yes, crystal clear.
Let's just get on with it already.
Proceed
Okay.
into the cabin.
Am I a bad person, Lunar? I don't want to kill her, but if she is a bad
The
person...
cabin is tighter
This
than
is
its
different.
exterior would suggest. Its cold stone walls press in on you, as if trying to forcefully
This is
direct
different.
you towards
Yeah,
your
this is.
destination. The only furniture of note is a black iron altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. See? Even the cabin has the right idea. Let's get moving. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
Okay.
Take the blade. Approach the mirror.
Yeah.
You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach
Oh,
forward,
we are
rub
not
your
human.
hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. But there was a mirror a second ago.
There was.
Now it's gone, so all of us can stop arguing about it and get to fighting.
This whole cabin is different than last time.
Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus
Uh-huh.
up.
Okay.
The world is depending on you.
Just indulge him. Let's do it. I'm not gonna say a single thing to her.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone staircase, its walls pressing at your sides and tightening as you descend. The air seeping from below is heavy and oppressive, with an almost sulfuric odor to it. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her fierce voice carries up the stairs.
Is that another challenger? Fine.
Oh,
It's been ages since I've had a good fight.
This isn't what she sounded like last time. Her voice is a little deeper, almost threatening. Good. Sounds like my kind of princess. As much as I appreciate the enthusiasm, just make sure you don't let your bloodlust get to your head. You need to stay focused and keep your wits about you. Remember, you're here to slay the princess, not to have a good fight.
I'm not gonna say a thing. Oh
As you
my
descend
gosh.
the final step,
Demon?
the form of the princess comes into view. A large shackle leading from her wrist to the basement wall. Looks like she could rip those chains out of
hello,
the wall
sailor.
without a second thought.
Oh, it's you again. I've been hoping you'd find your way back here. Good to see that death doesn't stick for either of us. And you brought your little knife, too. Yes. I'm going to have fun breaking you into little pieces.
Yeah, she's evil.
Don't say a word, just fight her.
Good. With a singular focus, you launch off the wet stone floor of the basement and catapult yourself headlong towards the princess. Here we go. Let's make this count. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. You can feel flesh give way for a sudden impact.
I don't like it.
What are we?
Weapon tightly lodged in the bone of her arm.
We a Birdman?
She grins at you from behind her guard. Pull it out. We'll try a different angle. No, we can do this. Just keep pushing. We're not gonna win if our weapon's stuck in her arm.
What do I do?
Do you want to be stubborn or hero?
Hero!
You pull back on the blade's hilt, doing your best to free it from
Oh,
its
no.
sinewed prison. But as you tug the blade free, the princess slams you
I
down
should have
with
gone
her knee.
forward.
It collides with your ribs.
Ah!
You feel them splinter, cracking like
She's
wet wood
killing
from
us.
impact. You find yourself in midair, effortlessly tossed across the room.
And we're dead.
You hit the floor, your ribs complaining painfully. But you can
Oh, we're
feel
alive.
the hilt in your grip. You still have your weapon. You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. You do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tattered remains of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation.
She's really
each
beating
impact
us up.
threatening to be the last. This weak
Why-
little dance isn't
You notice how our
working. Just toughen up
pointer is
and
also bloody
overpower
now?
her.
Yeah.
She's throwing us around like a rag doll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Did you think you could stop me with a few cuts? All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
Princess
Ah!
shoots forward,
Oh.
her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes, pressure
Ah!
unbearable as her fingers dig
Oh.
into your scalp.
Yeah, I
The
should have been.
last
I should have
thing
killed
you
her the
hear
first time.
is the unsettling crack of your skull.
Ugh.
The
Maybe you
sickening
should have kept
churn
pushing.
of what was. Everything goes dark,
And we die.
and you die.
What?
You're on a path in the wood. Fear is good.
I'm not
Fear
gonna ask
keeps
any.
us
Oh, I
alive.
accidentally
Died
skipped ahead.
because you didn't have enough of it.
Oh.
So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it.
Yeah, apparently
Game
she'll end the
over
world,
for
and I
everyone,
believe it. She's
yourself
scary.
included. Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on?
What is happening?
What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here. And if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't
Yep.
matter. We could
What?
go in circles
Wait, no, it
forever.
does matter.
I don't like staying still for too long.
Why didn't you get me a
Let's get to
sword
the
or
cabin.
something, or
See if
a
this-
shield?
It's good
Why
to
do we
know
have a
that at least
knife?
One of you
We're a
is still
hero.
capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same.
Are we? Actually, are
You're
we?
still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence.
I'm not here for violence.
Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but the method is equally important to the act.
We have to just kill her.
Can't let her leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say, me.
Well, I'm not luring her into the woods. I'm done. Let's just go. Proceed
Yeah,
to
no
the
matter
cabin.
what. No matter what happens, we're just doing
It's
this.
long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin.
I'm gonna kill her.
You've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? What I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I
Yep.
don't know. Screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us. Something to chase.
We're gonna kill her.
This is getting...
Interior
It's the
of
mirror.
cabin
It's
is
all
suffocatingly
getting more and more
tight,
demonic.
More of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your... The blade is your implement.
I don't need to hear anything. Just give me the.
We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. Take it.
I'm taking the thing.
You take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
But there's no way forward. There's a mirror at the end of the room, and that's
Maybe
it.
it'll go away again. For something to go away, it would have to be there to begin with. And let me assure you, there's no
Yeah,
use hiding.
yeah.
Mirror or not, I agree with the freak.
Let's
get
just
'em.
go. Let's just go. Yep, we're going.
You step forward and approach the door to the basement, hesitating before you open it, as if you don't see it. You're rather committed to the bit.
Why would I be making a bit
Door's
right now?
there.
Why would I make this a bit?
This really is just like last time.
It smells of nothing, yet it's still there.
Smash it.
You bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead.
Why am I not surprised?
It
Yep.
was in our way, and now it's not. That's all that matters.
Say nothing.
Before
Just kill
you
her.
is what may as well be a sheer
Oh
cliff
my
face.
gosh.
What?
There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort. The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters.
How much more of a demon
the
is she gonna
princess
be?
lives here, slaying
Probably
her is
like
probably doing her a
disgusting and
favor.
horrifying.
Her voice,
Or
bold
hot.
and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her, rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
Rile
Continue.
her up?
No, let's rile her up.
Like, are you sure you still want to fight?
No, let's do the first one.
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
We'll need to show ourselves. Make her boil over and forget her metal binding. Fine by me.
Yep, get down there.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start
God,
the difficult
this is
journey,
horrifying.
gripping the
Yeah, it
stone,
is.
lowering yourself foot by grueling foot.
What creature are we? I need to know.
Solid ground.
Just look it up. I don't know. There's no like actual answer. I don't think.
We'll need to be faster than her. You turn
Oh
to
my
face
gosh.
what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness. Her face widens into a broad grin.
Oh, well,
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling. Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real
there's that
challenge
photo of the
this
player
time.
that I just sent you.
Okay, I can't see it right now.
Can't get that close. She'll kill us
Oh.
in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
Okay, I'm cool with
I
that.
really don't like the sound of this.
I don't want to
It's
get
the
close to
only
her.
way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're going to do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Ooh, step closer, stopping just outside of her chains.
Yep.
You step forward, stopping just outside the reach of her chains. The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the
Oh.
princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as
Is she a
they bend.
demon or a dragon?
She is a demon.
Run.
Or is she a
Run,
dragon?
run, 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 run.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance.
Ah!
At the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone. You
Stab
glance
at her
back.
hand, stab her
The
head.
princess is right on
Accurate.
her heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rabid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow.
Good.
Kick her in the face, make her fall.
Yeah, why
Reach
did
the
we do
ledge
that?
and hoist yourself up into the tunnel. The cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same?
I know what's
Little
going on.
bird, little bird.
Little bird?
Where do you think you're going?
We're almost
We are a bird.
there. Don't
Run!
think about almost. We're there when we're there, and we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass.
Get her.
You glance back at the cabin. as
She's
the princess,
huge,
singular
ma'am.
in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me. Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head.
Do it. Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
Slay the princess.
Yep.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on. Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong.
Left.
Now.
Yeah,
As
juke
the
her.
princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you
Yeah!
finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way.
I
This
like the
time
voice
it's
of
not
the
quite as
hunted.
keen. You can
Yeah.
feel the bruise already
He's
brewed
really
where
helping
her
me.
elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you managed to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we?
Don't speak.
Just might. But don't let it get
Don't
to your
let.
head.
Wait, it's not
Not
over
until
till it's over.
Yep.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing.
Don't let her
this
talk,
is how it
just
always
kill her.
needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wielding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into
Whoa.
your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More. Keep going. We can't stop now.
Get her.
You spy an opening.
Oh my gosh, we got her.
She's waiting for you.
Oh.
She lets you sink the blade deep,
Ah.
trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing. These blows are nothing to us.
We got her.
But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then
Then
what
what happens?
What?
But you do not have the chance to respond. Something
Something
has
has taken her away and it's left something else in her place.
The mirror.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
The narrator is
It
gone.
is. Does that mean the world ended? It hasn't ended. We're still here.
The world didn't end. We're still here. Come on. We just need to keep going.
Approaching the mirror.
I'm begging you, don't do this.
The mirror never scared you before.
It's different now. It feels, I don't know, final. A thing that of death.
Screw the mirror. We just need to find the princess.
What is it?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. A thing of death.
Screw the mirror. We
I've already
just
heard this. The voices feel small, distant as you approach. They're gone.
Silence
but
as
the
you reach forward. They're gone, but the mirror remains. It's time for you to see what's in it.
Me.
It's you. You are alone in a place that is empty. It is quiet here.
Proceed to the cabin.
You are
We are
at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What are you?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you?
What do you
What
think
do
I
you
am?
think I am?
I think that you are like me. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks.
Are you what sent me to slay the princess?
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could
Okay.
not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free.
Is this the end of the world?
How can the world have ended if we are talking?
True. Are you the princess?
She is part of me, and part of me is her.
But were you always the princess, or are you just making her a part of yourself?
You speak in circles. Does it matter where one thing begins and another ends?
Kinda.
The gift of a fragile vessel?
Yes. Nerves and fibers to feel the worlds beyond. Perspectives to make my own. This one yearns
What is happening?
to grow and struggle. Even now
I don't
feel
know.
will pushing against mine.
Oh, she's
Not
trapped in there.
realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Dude,
What happens now?
What happens now?
Nothing, as we are. But I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them. There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will.
What does that mean?
Play the game, Lore.
How many more pieces of you do I have to find?
More than you have found, but less than there are to find. I am infinite. The rest will find their own way home.
How much will I forget?
Everything. Until we meet again.
Is that what you're gonna do if you destroy the world?
You ask of things that cannot be done. To destroy is merely to reshape, to remold.
What are you gonna do if I help you?
How can I know? I am flickers in something sprawling and unilluminated.
Make me forget.
Yeah?
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Ah! And I die.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
And okay, I think that's it. That's all we're doing today, because that was
That was one ending.
yeah. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you liked the video and want to see us do it again and maybe win, because that was horrifying, let us know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe in case you haven't already to see more of our videos in the future. With that, we'll see you guys next time on
With
the
Lunar
Lunar
Show. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.